Hi everyone, it's Tish with Naptime Creations. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. And if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. It's free and it'll help me out a lot, so hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to be making a resin sun catcher out of this holographic window film. So let's jump in and get started. You can see this product comes on a roll, and the back side is completely flat and the top side has this rainbow look, and it's a little bit textured. You want to make sure that you're going to pour on the holographic rainbow side. So I cut a little square the size that I need. I drew a template on just a piece of paper, slid that underneath my little sheet of the holographic window film, and you can get this off Amazon. I'll link it down below. I taped it down, and you want to make sure that your workspace is 100% level and there's no wrinkles or waves in your piece of window film. So you want to tape it down completely flat. And you might be thinking, Tish, you just did a video like this not too long ago, but this is actually where it's different. I wanted to try using hot glue as my barrier for this project. So I'm going in with some hot glue and I'm just tracing around the template here. And you want to make sure you're really careful not to get any hot glue strings going in the area where you're going to pour your UV resin. So just take your time. Try not to get any of those hot glue strings. I know they can be frustrating. I was just kind of pulling my hot glue gun away from the window film and wiping it down on that tape to get those strings off of there, because if there's going to be, if there's strings in the little part where you're going to pour your UV resin, it's going to show up on your project. So I just went around the entire perimeter of my little template with the hot glue. I let it sit for about 5 minutes to dry, and now I'm going to pour in my UV resin. And I do still wear a respirator when I work with UV resin. I use a 3M half mask respirator with organic vapor cartridges. I'll link it down below. You can get it off Amazon. I just wanted to add that in there because I don't really mention it a lot, but I always wear a respirator when I work with resin. So I just poured in some UV resin, about an ounce, and I'm going to go in with a little toothpick. Bubbles really like to cling to this window film, so you might get some bubbles, but that's okay. I'm just going to kind of scoop them to the surface with my little toothpick and then hit them with my heat gun and pop those bubbles. You can see here, like, I had a few bubbles, and I'm just very carefully doing this with the toothpick. I'm really, trying not to scratch the window film or anything like that. I'm just very carefully scooping them up to the surface. And you also want to make sure you keep your bottle of the UV resin away from your UV lamp when it is on, because your UV resin can start to set up inside the bottle. So I just take my bottle of UV resin after I'm done pouring and then put it far away from my LED lamp. So I'm just going to go in with my heat gun and blast these little bubbles. It works perfectly to pop them. And once I have all the bubbles out, I'm going to go in with my nail lamp and we're going to cure this for 5 minutes. I use a 120 watt LED nail lamp. You can get them off Amazon. I'll link one down below. It's really easy to use. They just plug in, you press the button, and it's ready to go. I like using the UV resin for these because it doesn't take a lot and there's no mixing required. UV resin, you just pour it straight from the bottle and it's ready to go. So I'm just going to put my little nail lamp on there and I'm going to do 5 60-second sessions under my nail lamp. And you also don't want to be staring directly into the LED nail lamp, so I just hit the button, walk away, come back, press the button again. Here we are 5 minutes later, ready to pop it out of the mold. I was so excited to see how this turned out. I had never tried it before. I usually use 100% silicone caulk when I make these, but the hot glue 100% did work, and it's a lot more affordable than the silicone caulk. So definitely give this a try. And one thing too, you just really want to make sure that window film is completely flat and your workspace is level before you try to make something like this. And you also want to make sure you're pouring on the holographic textured rainbow side of the window film. You'll be able to feel that there's a texture on there, and you'll be able to see that the top side is holographic and the back side is completely flat. The roll of the holographic window film, it does have a backing layer on it, so you can take that backing layer off of the back, but I always just leave it on. I don't really take it off because I don't see the need to take it off. So I just leave that backing layer on there, cut the size that I need, put it rainbow side facing up, and then do my pour. Super easy to make these. I am going to take my little handheld drill. You can get this off Amazon. I'm going to drill a hole in the top, hole in the bottom, and attach some glass crystal beads, and then you'll have a sun catcher. You could also build your barrier, or I guess mold, whatever you want to call it, of hot glue. You could build that up really deep and pour your pieces a little bit deeper if you want to too. And you can also use the 2-part epoxy resin for these. I have quite a few other videos on my channel using 2-part epoxy resin for these. So if you haven't seen those videos, definitely go check them out. I'll link them down below. But it totally works with epoxy resin as well as the UV resin like we used in today's video. But you can see when the sun shines through these, it throws a lot of really beautiful rainbows. It's just a fun project. These are pretty thin, so I do recommend them for indoor use only, but you could hang them up in the window and they will give you some really beautiful rainbows and just brighten up your space. But let me know what you think. I hope you guys give this a try. It's a really fun, easy project. And as always, I'll link all the materials I used down below in the description box, along with any coupon codes that I have. Let me know if you guys have any questions down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not already. And go check out a few more of my other videos. That would really help me out a lot. Helps out my channel if you watch a few of my videos back to back. I hope you guys are all doing fabulous. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon for another video. Bye, guys.